Let's bring in ER doctor and ABC News medical contributor Dr. Darien Sutton now for the latest on these vaccines. Dr. Sutton, how concerned should we be about these severe allergic reactions? We've heard of a few in the UK, and now it sounds like there are actually two in the US. What do you make of that?
It's something to be expected. As an emergency physician, I've seen a range of allergic reactions to many different therapeutics inside of the hospital. So it's something that I would expect when we're giving out a new medication to large populations. And I'm in agreement with the recommendations, which is that if you have a history of anaphylaxis or strong allergic reactions, that monitoring should be for at least 30 minutes after treatment. And if you have a history of allergies in general, we should be monitored for at least 10 minutes after treatment. But again, it's something to be expected and something that is treatable and temporary.
The UK also reported a new strain of the coronavirus. And, you know, when you hear that, at least as a layman, that sends a lot of ideas into our head. So can the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines protect against these new strains or the potential for new strains?
This is a great question. And again, also, even as a physician, when I hear new strain, my ears perk up and I pay attention. But I have to also remind myself that naturally viruses change slightly as they transfer from person to person. And those small changes we qualify as mutations. Now, right now, what they're finding is that many patients who are in the UK suffering from COVID-19 have a similar mutation. The question is that more transmittable? And does that cause more harm? And that takes more information and more data. And right now, we don't see any signs that this could prevent the virus from being effective against the vaccine, so we still have the same recommendation.
So it looks like there is a new strain, but the vaccines that we're currently approving would still be effective against even those new strains.
Yes, and this is all plausibility from the theoretics that we surmise inside of the laboratory. What I would advise patients is that when you get the vaccine, your body creates a slight range of antibodies against COVID-19, and those antibodies are meant to be protective against subtle changes such as this. So I do believe that it's still effective.
Got it. And LA County saw its highest ever one-day death toll and an unprecedented surge in cases yesterday. You're an ER doctor there. What are your biggest struggles and concerns when you look at what's happening in your emergency room right now?
Well, Diane, you know that I spent first half of this year in New York City fighting this virus in Queens, New York, and now I'm in LA, and I've seen surges that have occurred in New York and here in LA, and I have to say there are many similarities. Many people coming into the emergency room scared, fearful, and symptomatic. Across the California state, we have approximately 14,000 people hospitalized, and at the peak in New York, it was about 18,000. So we are getting to that barrier, and hopefully we won't break that record. Right now, what we're seeing in hospitals is that, honestly, staff members are stressed, fatigued, and exhausted, but we're trying our best to keep up with the patient volumes.
And I wanted to give you a viewer question as well that I got on Twitter. This person's asking why a common symptom of COVID-19 is loss of smell and taste. Do doctors know why?
This is a fascinating sign of COVID-19 and something I find to be highly specific. What we theorize now is that COVID-19, as you may know, infects the cell via a receptor called the ACE2 receptor. And what we know is that olfactory or smelling cells inside of our nose also have this receptor. So the thought process is maybe the virus initial replication causes damage of those cells in our nose, which causes lack of smell and taste. And many patients have variable length of time when they have this symptom, some a week or two and some longer. We're just not sure how long it lasts specifically.
All right, Dr. Darien Sutton, always great to have you. Thanks for answering our questions.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.